For our world literature video project, I chose to do Francis Petrarch's Sonnet 126. So I'll start off by reading it, and then I will use text from the book to give my explanation and overall summary. So I'll begin. Clear, fresh, sweet waters, where she, who alone seems lady, to me rested her lovely body. Gentle branch, where it pleased her, was sighing, I remember, to make a column for her lovely side. Grass and flowers that rich garment covered along with her angelic breast. Sacred bright air, where love opened my heart, with her lovely eyes. Listen altogether to my sorrowful, dying words. It is indeed my destiny, and heaven exerts itself that love close these eyes while they are still weeping. Let some grace bury my poor body among you, and let my soul return naked to its own dwelling. Death will be less harsh if I bear this hope to the fearful pass, for my weary spirit could never, in a more restful port or a more tranquil grave, flee my laboring flesh and my bones. There will come a time, perhaps, when to her accustomed sojourn the lovely, gentle, wild one will return, and seeking me, turn her desirous and happy eyes towards where she saw me on that blessed day. And, oh, the pity! Seeing me already dust amid the stones, love will inspire her to sigh so sweetly that she will win mercy for me, and force heaven, drying her eyes with her lovely veil. From the lovely branches was descending, sweet in memory, a rain of flowers over her bosom. And she was sitting humble in such a glory, already covered with the loving cloud. This flower was falling on her skirt, this one on her blonde braids, which were burnished gold and pearls to see that day. This one was coming to rest on the ground, this one onto the water, this one with a lovely wandering, turning about seemed to say, here reigns love. How many times did I say to myself then, full of awe, she was surely born in paradise. Her divine bearing, and her face, and her words, and her sweet smile had so laden me with forgetfulness, and so divided me from the true image that I was sighing. How did I come here, and when? Thinking I was in heaven, not there where I was. From then on, this grass has pleased me so that elsewhere I have no peace. If you had so many beauties as you desire, you could boldly leave the wood and go among the people. So I chose this sonnet because in a past assignment I had seen a lot of interesting things and really liked the topic I was studying, and that was our analysis of Francis Petrarch's Unrequited Love for Laura. So that really interested me, and that's why I chose the sonnet I did. And so this is obviously another poet about Laura and his love for her. So in stanza 1, we see words such as fresh, sweet waters, gentle branch, grass, and flowers. Obviously, he's explaining the beauty of nature that he sees. And so he is also saying, where love opened my heart with her lovely eyes. He's obviously talking about Laura, so the beauty of nature reminds him of his love for her. So we move from nature to stanza 2, where he is sort of doing a self-analysis, reflecting on his life, and he is talking about his certain death. He knows he's gonna die. And so it is just reflecting on his love for Laura and how he knows it will accompany him to his grave. He will love her till the day he dies. And so he says at the end that he could never, in a more restful port or a more tranquil grave, flee my laboring flesh and my bones. So obviously he will take that love with him to the grave, but he will be buried in a place where he knows she is. And so that gives him some hope and some consolation. So in stanza 3, we move from the present, where he knows he's going to die, to the future, in which it is already after his death. And so stanza 3 basically explains a scenario in which Laura realizes her feelings for him, wants to go see him, goes searching for him, only to find that he is in his tombstone. He is already dead. And we see that here. In seeking me, turn her desires and happy eyes towards where she saw me on that blessed day. And oh, the pity, seeing me already dust amid the stones. So her finding him in the grave is where that is. And love will inspire her to sigh so sweetly that she will win mercy for me and force heaven, drying her eyes with her lovely veil. So basically, he is hoping that heaven and God will help her get over the grief she has in losing him and never being able to tell him that her feelings have changed. And so in that scenario, I kind of picked up on that was his revenge a little bit for her not returning the feelings that he has always had for her. So that's what I took that scenario as. And then we move to stanza 4, where it goes back kind of into stanza 1, where it's talking about Laura and the beauty of nature and putting those two together. And it says, she was surely born in paradise. So he views her as a gift sent from God. Heaven, that's all she is to him. And so he's saying nature is beautiful because she is there, because in his scenario, she is obviously in it, and he forgets that he is in reality. He forgets he's in this scenario and he's not there. He's really in reality. So he realizes he needs to kind of come back to reality. And that's where we see, how do I come here and when? So he forgets that he's not in real life, thinking I was in heaven, meaning with Laura, not where I was, reality. He didn't realize he was in reality. From then on, this grass has pleased me so that elsewhere I have no peace. And so he has peace in knowing that he can go back there, and that's his tranquil, and that's his peace when he gets to envision that scenario, but he does have to come back to reality. And in the last 2 lines, if you had as many beauties as you have desire, you could boldly leave the wood and go among the people. And that is Frances Petrarch telling her to go out of the woods and go amongst the people, because he views her so highly. He views her, obviously, he says, surely born in paradise. So we know that the love is there. And so that is how he chooses to end his sonnet. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed my video project, and it was a really fun thing to do because I've never done anything like this assignment, so I had a lot of fun. Thank you.